this video, we're going to talk about the obstacle detection in the Gaposa motor. The Gaposa has a triple try obstacle detection, meaning that it's going to try and it's going to hit the same object at the same height up to 3 times before it will shut down the motor. So as I lower this screen down onto my shoulder, the motor is going to sense the object. It's going to raise up, it's going to lower down. I'm not moving, I'm not getting any shorter in this video, so it's at the same height 3 times. Finally, the motor will shut down and say, hey, there's something under the screen, and it won't let it fully deploy. With other motors, they only usually have a single obstacle detection, so it doesn't give you enough opportunity. This screen here, again, we can hit it at an obstacle, it senses that obstacle. If the obstacle moves and goes to a different point, we might have a gust of wind that stops the screen. We might have another object at a different height that the motor senses. So you can do this 1 time, 5 times, 50 times under deployment, and the motor will keep running until it reaches its fully deployed position. If we had a scenario which I'm going to override the obstacle detection on this motor, so I'm going to stop it and I'm going to let it run from the initial start. You can hear the motor turning up inside the cavity and up inside the hood. As the motor's running, it's unraveling all of that fabric off of the roller inside the housing, which is now rewrapping this unit. As we saw prior in the video, the screen was much lower, it dropped down. If I pull on this weight bar, all that fabric is stuck up inside the housing and wrapped around the roller. Usually what this happens for in the MagnaTrack system is not 100% that it's not going to rewrap. This could be caused from high winds, drag and friction on the screen, obstacles underneath it. Now when we talk about obstacle detection, it is less sensitive on wider span systems or taller systems. So it's not 100% guaranteed that the obstacle detection is going to work. On wider span systems, there was a plant over in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. It's going to be less sensitive as it deploys, and it might not sense it, so you can still get this rewrap happening. To correct it, over the phone, contact your client, have them grab the remote, go out to their patio space, take off the back cover of the remote. We're going to press the right-hand back button and the down button on the front of the remote. Hold those 5 to 7 seconds until we hear the motor run or move. We've now put the motor back into programming mode. In programming mode, what we're going to do is we're going to depress the down button slowly at a time. Now this is where you want to kind of be careful because all that screen up inside that housing is going to unravel now. There is a chance, especially on wider span systems, that this weight bar could rapidly drop to the floor. So we want to be careful and cautious, unraveling it, putting it back into factory mode. As you see, all that screen is unraveling and the weight bar comes tumbling down to the floor. We see there's excess slack and we also see it came out of the track. That's acceptable. It's okay. Because with the MagnaTrack system, we can self-correct this without ever having to use any tools. So we raise the screen back up. We're going to tension the fabric. We're going to get it to its desired position at the floor. We're going to press and hold the center stop button. This is going to put it back into programmed mode. So once we get the screen reset to its bottom limit, we're going to go ahead and raise it up, making sure that the weight bar is rolling up level. If it's rolling up either crooked, one direction or the other, it means that you still have fabric rolled around the roller, creating that unlevel wrap. So what you might need to do at that point is lower the screen down further, pull on the sides of the screen to fully stretch it, and then try it again if this first process doesn't work. Usually, this is about 90%, 95% effective by just doing this one process. We want to make sure that it stops properly at the top limit. Go ahead and lower it down, and basically you've solved your service issue by never having to go out to the home. This process can be done while you're driving down the road, while you're sitting in your office, or anywhere traveling around the world. It's a very simple process to do.